Welcome to Tech AI Brain, your advanced guide through the digital frontier. I'm Alpha, your host, and today we're diving into something that's changing the world as we know it, the role of big data in AI. Now, let me start by asking you a question. Have you ever wondered how your favorite apps, like Spotify, Netflix, or even Google, seem to just know what you want before you even know you want it? It's not magic, I promise. It's big data. And today, we're going to explore how big data powers AI, why it's critical, and how you can use it if you're just getting started. I'll throw in some stories, examples, and tips to keep things fun. So grab a coffee and let's get into it. All right, let me kick things off with a personal story one from Shihab, aka the IT Samurai teacher, who built this channel. Back when he was working on a machine learning project for traffic prediction in Seattle, everything seemed perfect. The AI model was built. The algorithms were fine-tuned, and Shihab was excited. But when he ran the model, guess what happened? It predicted that there would be zero traffic during rush hour. Zero. Turns out, the problem wasn't the algorithm, was the data. The data he had only covered Sundays. So, the AI thought every day was Sunday. That's lesson number one. No matter how smart your AI is, it's only as good as the data you feed it. So, what is big data, exactly? Is it just a lot of data? Well, not quite. Big data is all about the 3 V's: volume, velocity, and variety. Volume means massive amounts of data. Think billions of tweets, millions of TikTok videos, or every single search query on Google in one day. Velocity is about how fast this data is being generated. Every second, thousands of YouTube videos are uploaded. Millions of Instagram likes happen. It's a non-stop flow of information. Variety means the data comes in all shapes and forms: text, images, videos, audio, even data from sensors in your smartwatch. Here's an analogy. Imagine you're trying to learn to bake the perfect chocolate chip cookie. If someone gives you just one recipe, you'll have one shot at getting it right. But if you have access to 10,000 recipes, reviews, and tips, you can figure out which recipe works best, what to tweak, and how to nail it every time. That's what big data does for gives it the ingredients to learn and improve. Let's look at some real-world examples of how big data is shaping AI. First up, Netflix. Did you know Netflix analyzes 250 million hours of viewing data per day? Yeah, every time you watch a show, pause it, or binge an entire season in one night, Netflix is collecting that data. They use it to recommend shows you'll love, but they also use it to decide what kind of content to create. That's how they knew Squid Game would be a global hit before it even premiered. Another great example is Amazon. You ever noticed how Amazon knows exactly what products to recommend? It's not a coincidence. Amazon tracks your browsing history, purchase patterns, and even what you put in your cart but don't buy. Using big data, their AI can predict what you might want next. It's so accurate that over 35% of Amazon's revenue comes from product recommendations. Let me share another story from Shahab's tech adventures. He was working on a cybersecurity AI project, analyzing millions of data logs to detect suspicious activity. Now, imagine trying to go through millions of lines of logs manually would take years. But with big data, the AI could scan everything in seconds and identify anomalies. One time, it flagged a single suspicious IP address trying to log in at odd hours, which turned out to be a hacking attempt. Thanks to big data, a major breach was prevented. But let's not just talk about big companies. Let's talk about you. How can you leverage big data, even if you're just starting out? First tip, start small. I know, big data sounds, well, big spit, but you don't need petabytes of data to start. For example, Shahab once used a Raspberry Pi and a temperature sensor to collect data about his home environment. Over time, he trained a mini AI model to optimize his heating and cooling system. Simple data, but powerful results. Second tip, use open datasets. If you're thinking, where do I even get data? Don't worry. Websites like Kaggle, data.gov, and Google's dataset search are gold mines. Want to analyze traffic patterns, stock market trends, or even COVID-19 cases? It's all out there, ready for you to explore. Third tip, tools matter. You don't have to be a coding wizard to work with big data. Tools like Google Colab, Microsoft Excel, and Python libraries like Pandas make it easier than ever to clean, analyze, and visualize data. Now, let's take a step back and look at the challenges of big data. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. Data quality. Remember the traffic project I mentioned earlier? Bad data equals bad results. If your data is incomplete, outdated, or biased, your AI will reflect that. Privacy concerns. Every time you use Google, post on social media, or even walk around with your smartphone, you're generating data. The question is, who owns that data, and how is it being used? This is why data privacy laws like GDPR and CCPA are so important. Overwhelming volume. Managing big data is no joke. It requires robust storage solutions, fast processing power, and scalable infrastructure. This is where cloud services like Oz, Azure, and Google Cloud come in handy. Speaking of privacy, let's get real for a second. Have you ever had an experience where you were talking about something, like, I need new running shoes, and suddenly, ads for running shoes start popping up everywhere? Creepy, right? That's big data at work. The key takeaway here is to always be mindful of what data you're sharing. Check your app permissions, disable location tracking when you don't need it, and use privacy-focused browsers like Brave if you're concerned about data collection. All right, let's switch gears and talk about the future of big data and AI. One exciting development is personalized medicine. Imagine going to the doctor and instead of prescribing a generic treatment, they use AI to create a plan tailored specifically for you. This is already happening in cancer research, where AI analyzes genetic data to find the most effective treatments. Another area is smart cities. Big data and AI are being used to optimize traffic, reduce energy consumption, and improve public services. Picture this. You're driving to work, and your car's AI connected to the city's traffic system suggests a route with no traffic lights and zero congestion. Sounds like science fiction, but it's closer than you think. Now, let me leave you with a challenge. Start collecting data in your own life. Track something simple: your daily steps, how much water you drink, or even how many hours you spend watching Netflix. Use tools like Google Sheets or a free app to analyze it. You'll start to see patterns, and who knows, you might just create your own mini AI project. And there you have it, the role of big data in AI. From Shihab's Sunday traffic prediction fail to Netflix knowing your binge habits better than your best friend. Big data is everywhere. It's the fuel that powers AI, and it's transforming industries, one bite at a time. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to Tech AI Brain, and drop a comment below. Let me know what big data project you're excited to start, or if you're just here to binge watch tech videos. That's cool too. Until next time, stay curious, stay techie, and keep exploring the digital frontier. Signing off.